Now, confession time. Last episode, I went totally rogue. Looking back, I broke the whole ethos of this show. Nope, it wasn't just a bite, it was more like a full-on mouthful. No! Honestly, even I was choking on the sheer volume of content. But hey, it had to be done. That deep dive into mental workload methods was here to help my fellow HF practitioners sharpen their skills. What else can I say?
What can I say except you're welcome?
This episode though, I'm dialing it way back. I'm talking directly to all my health and safety peeps, my project and risk managers, and you system and safety assurance gurus out there. This one, I promise, will be short, sharp, and to the point.
Shut up and get to the point!
Now here's why this topic today matters. I get a lot of junior HF people coming to me frustrated, saying stuff like, Nick, there's no explicit HF requirement. The project team doesn't care, and I can't do anything. Trust me, I've heard it way too many times, and I get how that might feel. But here's the truth. You absolutely can and must do something. The trick? It's learning how to derive meaningful HF requirements that directly satisfy higher level mandates. Usually something broad about system safety or risk management can do the trick. And that's what today is about. Helping you see that even when human factors isn't explicitly spelt out, it's still right there, staring you in the face, just waiting for you to connect the dots. All right, enough for now. Let's officially kick off the show. Welcome everyone back to ErgoBytes, the show that's about human factors minus the jargon, buzzwords, and corporate BS. I'm Nick Pearsall, and today we're tackling HF assurance and compliance.
Thank you. Nice. Well done.
Now, before your eyes glaze over, let's clarify something crucial. When we talk compliance, we're not talking box-ticking theatre. We're talking real-world, practical safety, the stuff that actually keeps people alive, injury-free, and happy to show up on Monday. Today's episode, compliance, work health safety, SFAIRP, and why human factors is actually your best friend, even when the law hasn't specifically caught up.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
First, the basics. Yes, in defence and rail, we have explicit human factors required standards to comply to. Defence Aviation Safety Design Requirements, Section 2, Chapter 5 for Defence, and Rail Safety National Law and Regs, Schedule 1, Clause 17 for rail. Clear enough. But what about other high-risk industries like construction, mining, healthcare, logistics? You've got Work Health Safety Acts, Safe Work, WorkSafe, Codes of Practice, and they don't explicitly tell you to use human factors. But guess what? You need to anyway. Here's why.
I'm listening.
Australian WHS law says employers must eliminate or minimise risks, SFAIRP. That's so far as is reasonably practicable. Big acronym, bigger consequences. It basically means you've got to manage the risk properly, proportionally, with all available knowledge. Ignoring the human side of your system? Yeah, that's neither reasonable nor practicable. And here's where ISO 31000, everyone's favourite international risk management standard, comes into play. ISO 31000 explicitly states that risk assessments must consider all forms of risk to people, property, and the environment. Sure, it doesn't scream human factors by name, but guess what? HF risks are risks. Human error, system usability, poor ergonomics, these are exactly the kind of risks ISO 31000 expects you to identify, analyse, and control. So yeah, HF isn't just best practice. It's literally part of effective risk management under ISO 31000. Let's get real. What does ignoring HF look like in real life? Imagine you've designed the perfect system. On paper, the equipment's great, software is cutting edge, but no one considered the real humans using it. Tired, rushed, distracted. Suddenly, you've got manual handling tasks that look okay on paper, but actually cause repetitive strain. You've got control rooms that are confusing enough to cause serious errors. Or here's a nice new juicy one: psychosocial hazards. Workers burnt out, roles unclear, workloads insane.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
And you know what? Safe Work Australia only recently released a code of practice specifically for psychosocial hazards. You might think you're compliant, but if you haven't assessed those risks thoroughly, you're not. And the penalties, trust me, you don't want those.
Stop it, you're scaring me.
Now let's talk manual handling and ergonomics. Legally, you've got to reduce risk of injury, SFAIRP. Your little checklist, cute, but here's a harsh reality. Without a detailed ergonomic assessment, you're not truly compliant. Motion capture analysis is gold here, and if you're not using it, you should be. Using mocap, we can precisely measure human movement, stress on joints, repetitive tasks, visual proof, and quantitative data of what's safe and what's not. No more guessing, no more vague "should be fine" statements. This is proof you've minimized risk so far as is reasonably practicable. Now, a quick side note on psychosocial hazards. Stress, fatigue, overload, poorly defined roles, these aren't soft issues anymore. Safe Work Australia's new code means you need to proactively manage them. Think clearly defined roles, workload management, stress interventions. You either identify these things and fix them, or you pay for them later. I mean, no pressure, right?
I'm picking up your sarcasm.
Well, I should hope so, because I'm laying it on pretty thick.
Look, here's the bottom line. Work health safety laws might not explicitly say do HF, but they do say reduce risks SFAIRP. Human factors is how you do that. Ignoring HF, it's like skipping leg day. It'll catch up with you eventually, and when it does, it won't be pretty. So here's your takeaway. You're legally required to assess and manage risks. Ignoring HF leaves you exposed legally, financially, and ethically. Good HF means fewer injuries, happier workers, less turnover, and yeah, actual compliance. Don't wait until the law explicitly tells you to care about HF. By then, it's too late.
I think I understand.
All right, folks, that's enough compliance talk for today. If you've seen a compliance fail or have a horror story about ignoring HF, drop it in the comments. I've got plenty myself, but I'm on a tight schedule today. I've got a promise I need to keep. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep the focus human. I'm Nick Pearsall, and this is ErgoBytes.